Hey everybody, this is Dr. Greg Rose here at TPI, and today I want to talk about power. The number one thing we get asked all the time, which is how do I hit the ball farther? Now, if I take all the research we've done here at Titleist for the last 20 plus years, I can turn it into two simple things. There's two ways to make the ball go farther. Number one is you can increase the amount of torque you apply to the club. In other words, when you're pushing on this club, you're creating something called a torque, and we'll come back to that in a second. The second way is you can apply this torque for a longer period of time. In other words, and I want to talk about that one first, I call this ramp time. There are players like Tony Finau. If you look at Tony Finau, very short swing, right? Doesn't have a lot of distance that he applies force to the club, but he still hits the ball a long way. Then there are players like Bubba Watson who will take the club really far back. Now he has a lot longer distance to apply that torque. A great way to think of this is if I sat you on a rotary chair and I put you 1 foot from a wall, I got behind you and I want to push you into the wall. I could probably hurt you from 1 foot away by pushing you into the wall. But if I went 20 feet from the wall, held onto your back and took a running start, then I could really hurt you because I have more time to apply this torque. So one of the easiest ways to increase your distance is to increase your ramp time. In other words, take a longer swing, it'll give you more time to apply this torque, right? So simple things you can do, like lifting your lead heel in the backswing. That'll allow you to turn more. A lot of you guys with flexibility problems, you need more distance. So let the heel come off the ground. Get your arms up in the air higher. You look at the biggest hitters in the world, their hands are way above their head. That's giving them more ramp time to apply this torque. Now, what's the second way? Well, it's apply more torque. Like Tony Finau doesn't have a big swing, but he applies a lot of force. How do you do that? Well, there's a couple ways. Number one, you can get stronger, right? This goes into the gym, right? Why do players want to get bigger and stronger? It's so they can apply more force to the club, more acceleration. They want to be able to accelerate the club faster. That's one way to get more torque. The second way to increase your torque is by doing something we call increasing the radius. So in other words, the farther I get away from the club, from the center of rotation, I can increase my torque. So if you're really narrow as you're coming down into contact, that's a really narrow radius. If you get wider or longer, you can increase your torque. So we got two ways to increase power. Number one, increase your ramp time. Take a bigger swing. Flexibility. Let your lead heel come up. All those things help. Number two is apply more torque. Those are your strategies. That's how you're going to hit the ball farther next time you go play golf. Hope that helps.